Welcome to Taking Stock. I'm Amanda Lang. Coming up on the show, as major new projects are announced, what needs to happen next. Plus, finding new trading partners is a top goal for Canada, but that may be easier said than done. And are temporary foreign workers a problem or a solution? That's all ahead. First, for the week that was in business, it's time now for the briefs. The Prime Minister unveiled the first 5 major projects that will be undertaken in the country, including expansion of LNG capacity in BC, investment in modular nuclear reactors in Ontario, the Contrecoeur terminal in Quebec, and 2 copper mines, one in Saskatchewan and one in BC. The feds are promising to fast-track approvals and time to development. A major merger will see Canada's Teck Resources join forces with Britain's Anglo-American, with headquarters in British Columbia and a primary stock listing on the London Stock Exchange, creating a $70 billion entity that will be one of the world's leading producers of copper. The all-stock deal is being billed as a merger of equals, but gives Anglo shareholders 62% of the company. The deal still needs approval in Canada. The pace of home building continues to disappoint, especially in major urban centres like Toronto and Vancouver. Federal housing agency CMHC says overall housing starts were flat in the first half of the year versus 2024, but that some smaller cities like Calgary, Edmonton, and Ottawa did report gains, just not enough to offset drops in bigger markets. Canada's MDA Space suffered a blow this week to the tune of $1.3 billion US. That's the value of the contract it lost with EchoStar. MDA had been in line to help EchoStar deploy its own space-based network. EchoStar has sold the rights to its network spectrum to Elon Musk's SpaceX for about $17 billion US. Air Canada's flight attendants voted a resounding no to a deal their own union had tentatively reached with the airline. It included a 12% salary increase this year for junior flight attendants and an 8% bump for senior employees. 99.1% of union members rejected the deal, arguing that all in, it would still put them below the federal minimum wage. The issue now goes to mediation and, if necessary, arbitration. Canadians purchased fewer electric vehicles in the second quarter, even as overall auto sales shot higher. Year-over-year registrations of electric vehicles fell 39.2% in the summer quarter, while hybrids declined 2.2%. That's despite a 5.9% increase in overall new vehicle registrations from a year prior. The weak sales come as the federal government reviews the overall EV mandate for new car sales. And those are your business briefs. Will the first major projects make a real difference in the trajectory of Canada's economy, and what needs to happen to make these work? Jay Khosla is Executive Director of Economic and Energy Policy at the Public Policy Forum. Jay, thanks for being with us.
Pleasure to be here, Amanda. Nice to see you.
So they're all right in your alley in terms of them being kind of energy-related, critical minerals. 5 to start, others to focus on. Did you like broadly what you heard? Is this the right track?
Look, in my mind, Amanda, this is a historic day for Canada. And yes, it's a good start. Like, all the steps are going in the right direction. But I would say, much more to come, and really to deliver on the agenda, there's a lot of rigor and discipline and focus that needs to be brought into this process. So yes, very important day for Canada, sort of almost economically growing up in a sense, moving our economic ties away from the U.S. to other markets, but a lot more to come. Yeah.
The first 5 projects will, they will themselves create jobs. Of course, they're mostly sort of related to the construction expansion of a terminal in BC, mines in BC and Saskatchewan. But in terms of kind of the shift in that strategy, would you agree with me that the real meat on that is in the background, and some of it comes with these other kind of big projects that the Major Projects Office will undertake around a critical minerals gateway, around wind, offshore wind? I mean, and those are sort of longer and slower moving.
Terrific point. Yeah, and we're talking, when it comes to major projects, billion-dollar projects in the country, they're apples, oranges, and bananas in terms of delivery. I can see what I can intuit off the list. Sort of there's 2 levels to the list. It's a bit technical, but the first level seems to be easy wins, things that are already in process, things that are going to hit financial close. That's called a final investment decision. The other ones, they're longer term. They're going to need a little bit more financial analysis. And if you look at the list, or for your viewers who look at the list, you can notice that in the first half, they actually talk about the monetary value of some of those projects. In the second half, they haven't done that yet. So it says to me that they're looking at primarily how to monetize those assets and explain to Canadians what it will mean for the country of Canada. So at the end of the day, I get why the government is choosing the strategy that it is, but I think you're right. The fruit is on the second part of the list, for sure. The main fruit for Canada, yeah.
And interestingly, you did a report not long ago for the Public Policy Forum, Build Big Things. It's kind of a 10-point checklist. I was looking at it, and a lot of them have been realized by this government since then, which must make you happy. A couple of them towards the end are longer term. They have to do with commitment, follow through, things that are softer. Do you have confidence in those things? Because that is, as we're talking here, that's kind of where the rubber meets the road in terms of really transforming our economy.
Thanks for noticing the work and what we've done. The way I kind of view it is I go through the list every time there's a new announcement and say, oh yeah, tick, tick, and they keep working down the 10-point, what we call the 10-point action plan. And I'm really happy to see the announcement of an Indigenous Advisory Committee, for example. Right. But as you rightly said, the fruit is in actually putting together that office effectively and making sure it has the right expertise, the discipline, and the acumen to keep at this for a couple of years. This is not a short-term play for anybody. This is, many years in the making, and it needs the right people, especially the financial expertise, to say whether a project is going to move forward properly or not. And I'm hoping to see more of that in the future. But it was good to see that they are going to include the financing vehicles of the federal government in that office. So that's a step in the right direction. But again, a lot more to uncover and unpack as they go through this. Really good to see Indigenous involvement. That's a key one. The final thing I would say here, Amanda, is enabling infrastructure. So if you were to ask me, and I thought maybe you might, what's not on the list? I kind of wonder a little bit about, we've talked about this before, the West Coast, the Pacific Gateway. Like if we do not have more port capacity out west, a lot of this may not end up materializing in terms of global markets. And we really do need that. So I'm looking for that next, yeah.
All right, well, stay tuned. Jay, so good to have you for this.
Yeah, likewise. Nice to see you again, Amanda.
Jay Khosla is Executive Director of Economic and Energy Policy at the Public Policy Forum. Coming up, finding new markets for Canada's exports may be the most important challenge the country faces. We'll explore after this.